The beginning of 2026 opened with one name that made the world's algorithms tremble. One man who became the most globally trending, not because of sensation, but because of facts. Hi, Taehyung lovers around the world. Welcome back to the Taehyung Lovers channel, a channel that does not speculate, does not fabricate stories, and speaks based on data, facts, and global acknowledgement. And today, what we are about to discuss will shock you all. Kim Taehyung, the man with the most symmetrical and perfect face in the world, recognized not only by fans, but by the international world. At the start of 2026, the name Kim Taehyung became the most trending, dominating searches, conversations, and global public emotion. And believe this is not a coincidence. Don't skip this video. Watch until the very last second, because if you miss even one part, you could misinterpret the major fact that is shaking the world about Kim Taehyung. Before we continue, like the video now, write your comment below. The world is watching. Subscribe to the Taehyung Lovers channel. Activate the notification bell. And make this video go viral across the world. Because what you are about to see today is not just content. This is a global phenomenon. Let's go. Because if you miss this, you will miss the most shocking global phenomenon of early 2026 about one name that made the world's algorithm submit, global media fall silent, and the public split between admiration and envy. His name is Kim Taehyung. The world knows him as BTS V. And today, he is no longer just an idol. He is the SNS King of the 21st century, a title not born from fandom claims, but from global digital data trails that cannot be manipulated. While the entertainment industry competes to manufacture sensations, Taehyung creates disruption simply through his existence, without grand press conferences, without cheap scandals, without fabricated narratives. Early 2026 opened with a bitter reality for many parties. The world's algorithms choose Kim Taehyung over anyone else. And this is the moment when admiration turns into collective jealousy. Google and global algorithm dominance. Let's speak based on facts, data, and trusted sources. Not rumors, not fabrications, not fandom illusions. Google Trends Global recorded one hard fact that makes many uncomfortable. Kim Taehyung is the most searched K-pop idol on Google throughout 2025 and continuing into early January 2026. This is not only in Asia, not only among ARMY, but globally. 71 out of 79 countries show the highest search peaks for the name Kim Taehyung compared to other K-pop idols. What makes this data feel like a slap is the context this achievement occurred without full promotion, without a major group comeback, without sensational projects, just existence. In the modern digital world, this is not fleeting popularity. This is algorithmic dominance. And dominance like this always creates two reactions: admiration and anger. The photo that shook the end of 2025. Now let's talk about the photo of Kim Taehyung holding a phone in his hand, wearing a dark jacket with thin mustache and visible natural chest hair. One photo, one simple pose. Yet the impact was explosive. The internet erupted. Timelines collapsed. Social media turned into a space of mass speculation. Comments were divided. That's not Taehyung. Does he work outside HYB? Who is that mustache man? Is this a secret project? All of it was a massive hoax, based on cross-media clarifications from Korea, visual verification, and matching with Taehyung's personal photo archives. The fact is firm. The mustache man is Kim Taehyung himself. No secret contracts. No double identity. What exists is only one thing: the public was not ready to accept. Kim Taehyung is comfortable with himself, with his physical changes, with his maturity, with his masculinity. The psychology of public anger. Let's be honest. The issue is not the mustache, not the photo, not the phone. The issue is control. Kim Taehyung is a type of public figure who does not submit to market visual expectations, is not afraid to change, and does not live for mass validation. In mass psychology, figures like this trigger cognitive dissonance, mental discomfort when reality does not align with expectations. It also triggers envy disguised as criticism, jealousy masked as objective opinions. When someone continues to be loved by the world while defying idle norms, many people feel a loss of control, and that is where anger is born. Taehyung is not just an idol. He is a mirror, and not everyone is ready to see their own reflection. Numbers that cannot be denied. Now let's talk numbers. And numbers never lie. Love Me Again, Kim Taehyung's solo song, has surpassed 1.1 billion streams on Spotify. Without gimmicks, without aggressive remixes, without noisy Western-style industry promotion. This song lives because of emotion, vocals, and honesty. It grows slowly yet lethally. This is not an ordinary idol song. It is a mature song that accompanies listeners through quiet phases of life. The question is simple, yet painful for the industry. How many K-pop soloists can reach this number with a silent approach? The answer, very few. Industry validation. Paradise City and Shinsky. If there are still those who dare to underestimate Kim Taehyung's impact, look at the brand world. The Paradise City advertisement starring Taehyung is now being played on the giant screens of Shinsky Department Store, an icon of South Korea's high-end retail centers. This is not just an advertisement. This is industry validation. Major brands do not choose faces based on fandom emotion. They choose based on global appeal, premium image, and ROI. And Taehyung sells all of that without selling himself. He sells trust. He sells feeling. He sells emotion that cannot be faked. The SNS King of the 21st century. Let us repeat this firmly, without excessive dramatization. SNS King Kim Taehyung, also known as BTS V, is the most globally searched K-pop idol on Google throughout 2025 until early 2026. This is open data. This is fact. And the irony that hurts many is this: the quieter he becomes, the more the world searches for him. The more he becomes himself, the more irreplaceable he is. In the 21st century, power is no longer held by the loudest, but by the most searched. And Kim Taehyung commands that power. We did not write this to comfort you. We wrote this to shake your thinking. Because the question is no longer, how popular is Kim Taehyung? But rather, why can't the world stop talking about him? Is this proof of the power of a true star? Or mirror the industry's fear toward a figure that cannot be controlled? And that's where we'll pause our discussion for today. If you still feel stunned, that's normal. Because what we are witnessing about Kim Taehyung is not an ordinary event. This is a historical movement in progress. Remember one thing. When the world gets noisy, we choose data. When rumors spread, we choose facts. And at the Taehyung Lovers channel, we don't chase sensation. We dissect what truly happens. Write your opinion in the comments. Agree or disagree, the world is reading. Because this discussion is not over. And one thing is certain. Kim Taehyung is not chasing history. History is chasing him. Don't go anywhere. The next content will be deeper, more shocking, and more eye-opening. Stay with the Taehyung Lovers channel. Because when the world has just begun to ask questions, we have already discussed them first.